My feeling when I'm urban exploring in China and find an abandoned area, it reeks of rotting flesh, and I almost consider turning back, but I persist. I turn a corner and look down, and I'm greeted by the sight of dozens of fossilized child corpses floating in a murky and deep puddle. Excuse me? What is up, YouTube? Today, we are back with another reaction video! Yippee! This time, we will be looking at the horrifying real events behind these memes. By Chilling Scares. Oh boy, I have never actually seen a meme that had like a horrifying history behind it. I am very interested and very excited to be checking this video out. And as always, make sure you check out my Twitch at twitch.tv/Arachne if you want to hang out with me, do some stuff with me, joke around with me, and do whatever the hell you want while I play the most interesting games known to mankind. Then make sure you head over there and check me out there and just hang out with me. But now, we shall go into the video and see what all of these memes are about. Exactly. I will see you on the other side. Yippee! Hey, let's get right into it. Oh, that's a half of a human brain. In January of 2000, a worker at a sewage treatment plant in Bethlehem, PA discovered half of a human brain inside a catch basin. Okay, sure. Some people discover random toys or random other stuff in the wild. And some people discover random brains in a sewage thing. Sounds about right. Sounds about right, honestly. I expected nothing less. Interesting. Authorities determined that it had not been there long and that it had not come from a hospital or research lab. No DNA match has been found. I'm actually interested. How much DNA does a brain even have? Like, how much of that does it even have? I wonder. But yeah. We turned that into a meme somehow. I don't know why, but we turned that into a meme. Interesting. Wow. I don't even know what to say.
The "oh that's real nice" meme comes from an episode of the cartoon SpongeBob SquarePants, where Martin, a side character in the show, looks into a toilet bowl only to find a realistic-looking SpongeBob floating inside. The moment itself tied into the overall plot of that episode.
Okay.
The meme that came out of it was meant to contrast someone doing an ordinary task like going to the toilet or clocking in at work with an unusual...
That's a severed head. There is a severed head in a toilet in the restroom at Applebee's at 9364 WI-16 Onalaska WA. What? That can't... Wait, are these actually real?
Or disturbing discovery. And while most of the posts
that's a giant corpse. There's a 20-foot tall, still twitching corpse of an unknown humanoid species restrained half a kilometer deep beneath Apple's headquarters in California, performing the calculation work of 150 supercomputers. You know what? Yeah, I'd believe it.
Completely fictional events.
I believe it.
A few instances of the meme format referenced real events that actually happened. This particular incident took place at the Bethlehem wastewater treatment plant.
Okay, so the meme, most people are joking around when they say like a severed head or whatever the hell, right? That's a very dark humor meme though. Damn.
And on January 7, 2000, a worker named Scott Batchman had clocked into his night shift at around 11 p.m. when he noticed a pink, fleshy object while cleaning out a catch basin. He took it out and rinsed it off to get a clearer look.
That is insane.
Nothing could have prepared him for what that object turned out to be. Scott was holding one half
of a human brain
in his hand. It was a bit difficult to identify, but Scott's past work experience at a coroner's office allowed him to confirm that it was real and not a prop. He immediately contacted the authorities and handed it over to them. This discovery happened on a Friday night, so a proper analysis didn't happen until
of course. Right before you clock out of work and have a good old nice weekend, right? You just discover a goddamn brain. We discovered a goddamn brain out of nowhere. Yes, of course.
However, according to initial reports, the brain looked like it was fresh and had not been in the sewer system for very long. The situation became worse when it was sent over to a DNA lab for testing, which confirmed that it belonged to a person. Unfortunately, authorities had no matching DNA on record, making it impossible to determine whose brain it was. The treatment plant also received waste from 13 different municipalities, so they couldn't link it to a nearby missing person
there's no
report
way
either.
they can
The
link it to
question now
anything.
was, how did a piece of human brain end up in the sewer system in the first place?
I don't know.
One possible explanation the authorities considered was that it came from a medical cadaver, suggesting that a medical student might have flushed it down the drain either on purpose or somehow by accident. However, the lack of
what if it was a murder?
Pointed to a much darker possibility.
Yeah.
The brain likely came from the victim of a homicide, with the killer attempting to destroy evidence by dismembering the body and
I'm thinking that
too. Down the toilet one by one. And unfortunately, it seems their plan worked as intended. The investigators were never able to link the discovery to any reported crimes, leaving the case an unsolved mystery to this day.
That's insane. That is actually insane. Wow. So people just be making memes of everything, huh? Yeah, okay. You serve yourself a glass of milk, or you live in Mexico in June of 1986. What happened in Mexico in June of 1986? What happened? What happened?
The traumatized Mr. Incredible meme depicts a normal-looking Mr.
Of course.
Incredible next to a
We've all
haunting,
known this
uncanny
meme.
version of him. The template uses a before and after
We all
format
know
to
this
highlight how
meme.
hidden context changes a person's perspective.
When something brushes your legs in the woods, or when something brushes your legs in the sea. True. Very true.
People who don't know see a surface level
People who
image
don't
or
know,
phrase
people
and
who
remain
know.
blissfully ignorant, represented by a smiling Mr. Incredible.
Of course.
In contrast, people who know understand.
Dude,
the
I
dark,
wonder
tragic,
how
or disturbing
that
reality behind the subject, represented by his hollow-eyed,
distorted meme
traumatized face. This specific
even came
version of
from.
the meme refers to a silent tragedy that occurred in many parts of Mexico in the late 1980s.
What happened?
The cause for it originated over 7,000 miles,
Nuclear
or more than 11,000
accident.
kilometers away in Ukraine. On April 26, 1986, the Chernobyl nuclear plant suffered the worst nuclear disaster in history. During a botched safety test, a massive power surge caused reactor 4 to explode, releasing a plume of radioactive fallout that drifted across.
True. I didn't even. Oh my god, I don't even remember, dude. No one has talked about it for such a long time now. I wonder how that goes now. I never even knew what actually happened to the thing. So it was because of a healthy because of a hazard or something? A health hazard.
Europe. The immediate blast killed 2 workers, while dozens more lost their lives to acute radiation sickness.
Yeah, radiation is crazy.
The fallout. However, by the time they were able to enclose the malfunctioning reactor, it had already spread massive clouds of toxic, radioactive particles across Europe and Asia. Mexico, in theory, should have been far enough from the disaster site to stay unaffected. In reality, government corruption and greed turned it into a problem that ordinary Mexicans were forced to live with in their day-to-day lives. You see, radioactive particles from the Chernobyl meltdown contaminated crops and livestock across Europe and Asia, making a significant portion of their food unsafe for consumption.
Oh no.
Ireland was among the more heavily affected countries, with thousands of tons of milk in the region becoming radioactive. The Irish government tried to get rid of this contaminated milk by selling it to poorer countries. And after getting rejected by Brazil, they reached an agreement with the Mexican government to sell 40,000 tons of radioactive powdered milk at discounted prices. The toxic milk reached Mexico in June 1987 and was then distributed across the country by a state-owned company called
What do you
Conasupo.
mean?
It made its way into ordinary households where consumers had no idea they were drinking what was essentially poison.
That is insane. What do you mean it didn't get, like, just destroyed? It got sold to people? Radioactive milk? Oh, hell nah. Oh, hell nah. That is insane. What are we doing, man?
The truth finally came out when Navy Vice Admiral Manuel Rodriguez Gordillo commissioned a nuclear physicist to test the milk. And as it turned out, the milk the Mexican government bought from Ireland exceeded 10 times the permitted limits of radioactivity. The government initially tried to suppress the news by accusing the whistleblower of defamation,
That's insane.
and putting them in prison. But the backlash got bad enough that the government was forced to issue a complete recall by January 1988. Unfortunately, the damage was done.
Damn,
Over the
that's
following
goddamn
decade, the number
insane.
of children suffering from cancer skyrocketed
No,
drastically.
man.
Many endured life-altering deformities, while countless others lost their lives because
I
of it.
feel so
Even those
bad.
who
This is
survived the initial
horrible.
radiation poisoning now face a higher risk of developing cancer later
This
in
is
life.
absolutely horrible, man. The greed. The greed of the
To me,
thing.
it seems like January always starts the same way. New resolutions, new projects, and a
Yeah.
packed schedule right out the gate. It can feel like this any time of the year, but usually especially so at the start.
Yeah.
And if you're
True.
anything like me,
True.
it seems to...
Yo, guys, comment down below if you ever, like, okay, if you make New Year's resolution a lot, but you never actually do them. Because I keep doing that and I never actually do them. My feeling when I'm urban exploring in China and find an abandoned area, it reeks of rotting flesh, and I almost consider turning back, but I persist. I turn a corner and look down, and I'm greeted by the sight of dozens of fossilized child corpses floating in a murky and deep puddle. Excuse me? Excuse me? Did this actually happen? What the hell? What the actual hell?
The deeply unsettling Mr. Incredible meme
That
illustrates
deeply
a person's
unsettling
reaction to
Mr.
discovering
Incredible.
something truly horrifying. The template is often paired with a caption highlighting disturbing
happened
events or
worldwide,
shocking
yes.
facts. And this particular use of it is no different. It summarizes the horrific sight a Chinese explorer named the Beanbag Adventures uncovered in February 2022.
Wait, this actually
Beanbag's
happened?
content on Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok, revolved
Oh, it's
around
on
him exploring abandoned
Douyin.
buildings and
I know
showcasing
that
any
one.
interesting finds. However, one of these adventures spiraled into a nightmare his viewers could have never imagined. The video started with him entering an abandoned hospital or lab of some kind.
Okay.
It was extremely run
Abandoned
down and appeared to
hospital,
have
as
been vacant
always.
for over a decade, if not more. Broken furniture,
Uh-huh.
torn clothes, and glass jars were everywhere. But
Jesus,
what
what do
really
you
caught Beanbag's
mean?
attention weren't these items. He was more drawn to the overpowering smell that was filling the whole building.
Oh,
Curious,
no.
he decided to find its source. He followed the paths where the smell grew stronger and eventually reached a strange, dilapidated room with a pool in the middle of it. He looked inside the pool and before showing it to his viewers, claimed that it was filled with movie props. The pool was filled with what looked like the remains of dozens of children floating in a mysterious liquid. He spent barely a minute inside this room before the smell became too unbearable and he had to run out gagging for air. The horrifying sight left most of his viewers in shock, with many also trying to figure out if any of it was real. But
So is
for
it
now,
actually
many
real or
accepted
not?
his movie prop explanation and didn't question it further, especially since the alternative was far too gruesome for most to even contemplate.
So, he said that it's just movie props. He said it's just movie props, right? Wait. So it was indeed not just movie props. Like, if there's a huge, unimaginable smell, right? If there's a huge, unimaginable smell, and that's actual people, no? That's actual people. That's actual kids, isn't it? Oh my god, that would be absolutely insane. If this was true, that would have been absolutely
A
insane.
lot of the remains also showed few signs of decomposition, making it easier to buy into the prop theory. However, the possibility of these remains being real became impossible to ignore when Beanbag returned to the same location 10 months later. This time, he decided to explore the rest of the building before going back to the pool room. Unfortunately, the other locations proved to be just as disturbing. I can't show most of this on YouTube, but he discovered rooms full of extremely realistic human skeletons, children's toys and masks, and a few glass jars with what looked like human fetuses stored inside them. Things somehow got even worse when he returned to the pool room and found things that weren't there before, like glass jars and children's clothes on the ground, and most unsettling, a blue tarp partially covering the pool. This showed that someone else had been in that room in the last 10 months. How do people not like? The most disturbing part of Beanbag's second visit came when he pointed his camera at the pool. It not only contained more remains than before, but many of the previous ones were also noticeably more decomposed than last time, disproving his movie prop claim. Given what people now know about the situation, it seemed he called them movie props just so he could feign ignorance in case he ever...
That is crazy. By the way, like, what do you mean? Why is there no security? has nobody ever called this place? Okay, has nobody ever called the police and like asked them, oh hey, by the way, so I found something really weird in this place. There's some floating things and the smell is unbearable. Can we have like a look at this place?
Got into trouble. It also helped in keeping the videos from getting removed from the platform.
Of course.
Put simply, Beanbag and now most of his audience suspected that this room was a part of an illegal organ harvesting operation known as a corpse factory.
Why would you go down that stair, by the way? That is so dangerous.
Due to cultural reasons. Yet, despite this limitation, the process of actually getting an organ for a transplant is relatively easy as long as you have the money. That's because most of these organs are said to come from China's massive black market, where merchants illegally
There's a black market, a massive one about organs in China.
The Chinese government is somehow involved in this operation as well, with it allegedly harvesting from minority prisoners that aren't even on death row. Even if the government wasn't involved, Beanbag was putting a target on himself by possibly exposing such a large-scale criminal operation.
It could possibly be like...
So acting clueless was his best bet.
Yeah.
But even then,
his
safety wasn't guaranteed.
Yeah, that's the thing. What if somebody was still in there?
Even more substantial when Beanbag's Douyin account got terminated out of nowhere shortly after posting the second video. Viewers believed that whoever Beanbag exposed was trying to silence him before the story could spread further. Just as they were about to lose hope, Beanbag returned to the internet with new videos. However, the 2 videos of him exploring the hospital were now deleted from his account. Beanbag also kept posting more videos exploring other abandoned buildings and never even brought up the hospital again. If someone was trying to silence him,
he must have silenced.
To make him disappear, or at the very least keep him off the internet forever. So what's going on here?
True.
Well, the internet has come up with many theories trying to solve this.
That's
very
a good
question,
point.
But nearly all of them contain contradictions or details that don't align with the known facts. The most popular of these theories is that the room was used to discard victims after harvesting their organs. But here's the thing: if someone was actually running a massive criminal operation,
I just think it's somebody that kills.
It much safer for them to hide the evidence in mass graves or use industrial incinerators to cremate the remains. Especially if the Chinese government.
This is probably somebody actually killing, like randomly, right? Not for organs, not for anything like that, but just a killer, right? Probably. That's what I think. That's what I think.
Involved, as many suspect. As for his account getting temporarily banned, that could be explained by Douyin simply taking it down due to the excessive gore his videos showed. Which is also why he was allowed to return after deleting those videos. Alternatively, some also believe that this room was the trophy room of sorts for a serial killer.
So they must. Wait, did he actually show?
Even if it was a group of multiple killers. Then there's also the possibility
did he actually show the footage of like,
or that it was an art project of sorts. And while he wouldn't be the first
that is not an art project,
this,
man.
The remains in the pool were way too real to be fabrications.
Beanbag
would also have to spend tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to commission such a large quantity of props for both videos.
Absolutely
all without
not.
Getting any real return on his investment. So the remains were most likely real. Unfortunately, there's no way for us to determine how.
Dude, that is insane, though.
Beanbag stopped uploading in April 2024 and hasn't returned to the internet since. He also never shared the location of the building, so no one else can investigate it either. And as far as I was able to find, the authorities never looked into this, leaving this whole thing unsolved, possibly forever.
The authorities never looked into it? That is insane. That is insane. All you did was take a pill. Your boss gave it to you for your UTI. You haven't slept in months. You know you'll die. What? Excuse me? What will happen to your son? Okay. Okay, sure, man.
This meme recounts the tragic life of Ricard Siagon, a 48-year-old tattoo artist from Philadelphia who lost everything he had in a single year.
What
Ricard
happened?
had 2 passions in life, his only son and art. He created music, did photography, and eventually settled into a career as a tattoo artist. He also shared videos of his tattoo work on YouTube quite often, likely just to document his own progress. Every second he wasn't working, he spent with his son. He had a seemingly perfect life and was still striving to do better for the only person in his life.
God damn it.
This perfect life was ripped away from Ricard in 2015.
Absolutely ripped away from him.
Damn. Philadelphia and started working there as a tattoo artist.
We moved to
However,
Philadelphia.
Months into his new employment, he contracted a urinary tract infection, or UTI for short. The pain was so severe that it made it impossible for him to work. But since his insurance didn't cover UTIs, he couldn't afford to go to a doctor.
Dude,
With no
insurance
other option,
as
Ricard
well.
spoke to his boss about his illness, hoping for help or at least some guidance.
Okay.
And as it turned out, his boss had also gone through a UTI recently. His boss still had some of the antibiotics his doctor prescribed, which he happily handed over to Ricard. Ricard was a bit skeptical at first.
That's so bad though. No, never take medical stuff from other people, dude. That has got to be the worst idea ever. That's so bad. No, because you never know what the hell that person is giving you. You don't know. Never take medication from another person. Please make sure you know this. Never take another medication from another person, okay?
First, but a single dose dramatically reduced his pain, so he kept taking the antibiotics and was soon well enough to return to work. But before he could celebrate his recovery, Ricard noticed another major health concern. He was experiencing insomnia, making it difficult for him to sleep each night. Unfortunately, that was only the beginning. The insomnia was getting worse with each passing day. 4 months in, and it became severe enough to prevent him from sleeping altogether. None of the treatments he tried worked.
Dude, okay, I've never actually had insomnia, right? I just have like a little bit of trouble falling asleep, right? But insomnia, that's like a whole different thing, right? Like you just cannot sleep. Whatever you do, you cannot sleep. But I never knew it was that severe, like not sleeping a whole entire day, like at all. No sleep, no nothing.
He was rapidly running out of options. So in January 2016, he uploaded a video asking for the internet's help.
I also didn't know.
Fatal insomnia neurotoxin induced.
I also didn't know that I also didn't know that medication could do that to you.
Seeking neuroscience hospital support or stem cell hope, where he went over all the disturbing details of his condition.
Okay.
My brain also looking forward to sleep. But the activity of the brain is never calmed down. It's been 4 months since my brain is active.
4 months?
Sleep. It never want to go down. And when my body asks my brain that I need to rest and sleep, there's no connection, but there is a feedback. There is a really painful
feedback?
Physical feedback and neuron feedback.
Ricard explained his condition as fatal familial insomnia, a devastating neurological disorder that essentially locks the brain in a state of permanent wakefulness. It's caused by a genetic mutation that targets the thalamus, the section of the brain responsible for transitioning the mind from consciousness into sleep.
I didn't know you could get that from
situation even
medication.
More tragic was that he was also separated from his son. He had to return to Indonesia due to his mother's hospitalization. But the insomnia now left him bedridden, unable to fly back to his son in Philadelphia. Ricard still wanted to do everything in his power to survive for his son, but the constant unbearable pain was also sapping away his will to live.
Damn.
I need life. I have my sons in Philadelphia now. I left him.
Yeah, what happened to his son?
Choice, because I don't want to leave him. I need life. I need to survive. I don't want him to lose me. I don't want to lose him.
Oh, this is just so sad, man.
There, Ricard kept posting updates on his condition and even shows what happens anytime he tried to sleep. But here's the thing. Ricard wasn't suffering from fatal familial insomnia because that disease is genetic. It's not something someone can just contract out of nowhere. And no one in his family had this prior to him. Instead, Ricard's neurological issues were the side effects of ciprofloxacin, the antibiotic Ricard took from his boss for his UTI.
I knew it.
Ciprofloxacin falls under a type of drug known as fluoroquinolones, and they are incredibly dangerous. Taking them without proper precaution can cause total neurological degradation.
There it is, man.
What it was, Ricard couldn't do anything, and his condition was getting worse with each passing day. He was starting to get delirious and began posting rants that made little sense.
Oh no, man.
Theory. It's never been a theory.
Yeah, he's just losing it at this point. At this point, he's just losing it. Dude, I feel so bad. No, man. Just one singular mistake.
Without sleep, the cells in his body were also starting to die, leaving him even more immobilized than before.
Just one little slip up, I guess, of taking those medications.
That had previously worked for one
and
patient.
It destroys your entire life.
The procedure's cost was beyond what Ricard could afford. And while he did
Jesus.
set up a fundraiser, the donations never reached the required amount.
No.
And after struggling with his condition for over a year, Ricard sadly passed away on the 6th of December 2016
so
in
bad.
Indonesia.
No. I wonder what happened to his son. Oh my god, this is just sad, man. It's war behind this one? And people are liking and retweeting and shit? Okay.
The traumatized Mr. Incredible in this instance is a reference to the death of Isaiah Fitzgerald, an 18-year-old teen from Missouri who lost everything due to an internet argument. The incident happened on April 25th, 2023, when a guy named Tanner Watkins uploaded a new profile picture on Facebook with his girlfriend, to which Isaiah reacted with a laughing reaction. The two were friends on Facebook, but it's unclear how close they were. Regardless of their connection, Tanner did not take kindly to Isaiah's reaction.
Dude, so this is just beef? This is just beef? Like, he just, dude, what's wrong with the laughing emoji, man? Dude, they fucking, they tagged them. What's so funny? Excuse me? I just wanted to give your post a little bit of like, and stuff.
And called him out in the post comments. Their discussion quickly divulged into an argument.
Let me know when up. I'll drop a spot for sure. My shit getting fixed. I got wheels, like I said, still asleep. I'm on my way to handle it.
And ended with the two agreeing to meet each other in person to settle things.
The
vast majority of internet arguments usually end here, with both sides moving on with their lives. However, both Tanner and Isaiah were serious about this confrontation. After agreeing on the spot and time, they met up at the Rotary Park in Sykeston. And unfortunately, neither side was open to a discussion. As soon as they got close to each other, both opened fire from their cars. Isaiah was fatally shot seconds after the shootout started and passed away before help could arrive. The 18-year-old girl Isaiah brought with him also received life-threatening injuries. Fortunately, she managed to pull through after multiple surgeries. As for Tanner, he somehow managed to avoid conviction for the death of Isaiah.
He avoided it?
He was eventually sentenced to 7 years in prison for an unrelated shooting in 2025.
Okay, we just over what? An emoji? What a lovely day on September 30th, 1982 in Winfield, Iowa. I have used this bottle of Tylenol to relieve post-birth discomfort. This bottle oddly smells like almonds. That is very weird. What do you mean almonds? What does that even mean? Like almonds? What could smell like almonds and be bad? I don't actually know.
This meme is about a deadly attack that happened in Chicago in 1982 regarding Tylenol pain relief capsules. On the morning of September 29, a 12-year-old girl named Mary Kellerman took a capsule of extra-strength Tylenol to soothe a sore throat. But instead of feeling relief, she collapsed and passed away shortly after. That same day, a 27-year-old postal worker named Adam Janis also took Tylenol for his headache. Seconds later, he suffered what appeared
They all just die seconds later?
to be a heart attack and tragically passed away. While his family gathered to mourn his death,
Holy,
his brother
that
Stanley
is so
and sister
bad.
Teresa each took Tylenol from the same bottle Adam had used. Within hours, those two were dead as well.
Wow.
By the time the connection was made, 3 more people, including 27-year-old Mary Reiner, 31-year-old Mary McFarland, and 35-year-old Paula Prince had also lost their lives. Testing revealed that the Tylenol capsules they had consumed were laced with potassium cyanide, one of the deadliest poisons in the world. And since the victims were spread across different suburbs,
okay, so this is a kind of case that should not have happened. Somebody put that deliberately in there because, like, what do you mean it's just suddenly in there and nobody tested it? Somebody must have actually put that in there, not out of like, oh damn, I accidentally did that. No, I don't think so.
Investigators quickly realized this wasn't a manufacturing error.
Yeah.
Someone had gone into local grocery stores and pharmacies, pulled bottles off the shelves, laced the capsules with poison, and put them back to be purchased by unsuspecting strangers. Investigators had no way of knowing how many other poison bottles were still on the shelf.
Like, you can't even do anything against it. It just happens.
The makers of Tylenol, Johnson & Johnson, stepped forward. They issued a nationwide recall of approximately 31 million bottles, a value of over $100 million at the time. Authorities also urged the public not to take any Tylenol.
Yeah, don't take any Tylenol.
In the early 1980s, over-the-counter medicine was sold in simple bottles with easy-to-open caps. There were no plastic neck seals, no foil liners, and no tamper-evidence stickers.
So people could just easily access them. Damn, that is insane.
Into a weapon of mass murder changed this mindset overnight. In response to the tragedy, the FDA introduced stringent new regulations.
Yeah.
Within 6 months, Tylenol returned to shelves in the first ever triple seal packaging.
Childproof cap in a full safety seal. Okay, good.
Box, a plastic wrap around the cap, and a foil seal over
Damn, that is insane though that even happened.
This was not a perfect solution. In the months and years following the attack, police stations across the U.S. were flooded with hundreds of copycat reports.
Of course.
And while many of these were hoaxes, some turned out to be legit. Like in 1986,
some turned out to be legit.
Diane Ellsroth died after taking a Tylenol capsule laced with cyanide in New York. That same year, another medication named Excedrin was targeted in Washington State, leading to 2 more deaths. These attacks forced the pharma industry to evolve its packaging further and make poisoning more difficult. However,
we don't even know these people. Why would you put?
The original 7
I don't get it.
Never received the justice they deserved.
I don't get it.
A massive investigation, a $100,000 reward for information, and several suspects, no one was ever charged with the actual murders. One of the suspects, named James Lewis, actually contacted Johnson & Johnson, claiming he would stop the killings if they sent him $1 million in ransom. But
that is so BS.
To do with the actual attack.
That is so BS, bro.
Of an already tragic situation. The most popular theory is that this attack was carried out by one of Johnson & Johnson's competitors to ruin their reputation.
Yeah,
which makes a lot of sense.
But ruining the other thing because of competition, I get it. Like normal things, like I don't know, maybe the pill's not working correctly, but killing people, I think we're overdoing it a little bit. I think we might be overdoing it a little bit in terms of like eliminating the competition. I think we're overdoing it just a tiny bit, don't we think? Don't we think?
Considering Tylenol's market share dropped from 35% to 8% following the incident.
Well,
that said, it could still have been the work of a deranged serial killer intent on claiming as many lives as possible.
Damn, man.
Unfortunately, investigators found no solid clues like fingerprints or CCTV footage that could help us confirm or deny these theories.
So they didn't find anything. That's so creepy though. Oh my god. Dude, these cases were absolutely insane. The fact that they were turned into memes, I don't know what to think about that one, but that is insane, man. I have never come across a meme that had this kind of disturbing background to it. Maybe I'm just not in the kind of space where they share memes like that, but goddamn, these were absolutely insane. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And that was the horrifying real events behind these memes by Chilling Scares. Thank you guys so much again for watching these with me. These were absolutely insane. I don't even know what to say to most of them. Those were actually like the Tylenol thing. What the actual hell? What the actual hell? That is insane to me. Oh my god. Like you're just minding your own business. You're taking your painkillers and all of a sudden, boom. You're dead, right? It's insane. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, make sure you head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/Arachne if you want to hang out with me, have fun while I play games, and maybe drop some insiders about this video. Then I'll definitely know you're from YouTube. Also, if I catch that you're from YouTube, I will touch you live on stream. But yeah. Hope you guys liked the video, and as always, thank you so much to the Patreon supporters for making all of this even, like, possible. Really. Thank you guys so much for making it possible for me to keep on doing these videos full time and being able to keep the schedule up. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to Filoon, Chow Aku, Moket Jackson, Lurker Samson, Oncoder78, LEC, and Dara McMahon. Thank you guys so much for supporting me on my Patreon. Thank you. You're making all of this possible. Thank you so much. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure you like and subscribe and turn the bell notification on so you never miss a single video from me if you like this video. And make sure to check out my other videos as well. We have a ton of scary ones in the arsenal. Alright, so yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.